He, one of the stars at number 8. Fabien Galtier, a terrific leader, but for the first time in his 4 World Cups, earns the right to lead his country. Fijian side, well, they have never beaten France in the 6 outings so far. Greg Smith, the former captain, comes back to answer the call. Do Vivarata, a splendid leader at number 8. The name of Rauluni, well, the brother of Jacob Rauluni, the former Queensland Reds half. Experience in both sides. And there is a feeling of expectation as we stand by for the national anthems. Firstly, La Marseillaise of France. And the Marseillaise will be sung by Ahmadine Petit and Daniel Walker, one of the most stirring anthems in world rugby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the Rugby World Choir will now perform the national anthems of France and Fiji.
In the L'équipe de Francais, the French 15 out on a mission tonight, and now God Bless Fiji, sung by Valini Tambua and Serembia Dalai.
Blessing grant, O God of nations, on the isles of Fiji, as we stand united under noble banner blow, and we honor and defend the cause of freedom ever. Onward march together. God bless Fiji, for Fiji, ever Fiji. Let our voices ring with pride. For Fiji, ever Fiji, our name hailed far and wide, a land of freedom, hope and glory, to endure what had before. May God bless Fiji
Stirring stuff, and both teams boast terrific benches, great experience. People like Miu and Bruze, Lavi, Gerald Merceron, And a name like Vasali Sarevi on the bench, you'll see him in the second half. He will make an impact. And Marika Bunambaka will get in most starting 15s. He's on the bench for Fiji tonight. So now Dovivarata, the captain, will lead the Fijian war cry, the Thimbi. The champion in honour of the first Fijian team to tour New Zealand in 1938, where they were undefeated. And the last words in that ceremonial chant, your defence is just waiting to crumble when I prick it. And I suppose the next 80 minutes will be the indicator whether this flamboyant Fiji side, the Flying Fijians, can upset the French here tonight at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So the man in charge is Alain Roland of Ireland. With the French father, he will have no communication problems out there tonight. The referee Alain Roland, in his 9th international, made his debut against Wales, against Romania in 2001. And he will start his first Pool B match of Rugby World Cup 2003 at Suncorp Stadium. Tremendous atmosphere. Buckle up the seatbelts. I think this game will be an absolute cracker in Pool B. So the French in their traditional strip of the blue with the red socks and the white trim, and the Flying Fijians, as we've seen them tour here many, many times in Australia, in their all-white strip with the black shorts. They will defend the southern end of Suncorp Stadium on a beautiful night in Brisbane. A lovely spring evening, terrific setting for this opening match of Pool B. Well, I'm excited. I hope you people are at home, because the action is about to get underway. Monsieur Roland blows time on, and the skipper takes it from the kick-off, Dovivarata, but straight away they're driven back to the quarter line. France in control, the French Fijians in control of the ball. Rolini back for Nicky Little, the seasoned campaigner with number 10 on his back. Now, put high into the air. Fijians outside their 22. And they take it, centre field, set it again. Now Naivo, the big lock, tidies it up, and now taken away by Rembeni, allowed to bounce for Rougerie, and he's taken straight away by Valdal, the quickest man out on the park tonight. Now France again, Galtier, they move on the short side, they've got numbers. Naivo came across in cover, taken up that time by Olivier Magna. He's a danger player, and the first penalty of the match goes against the French.
Well, it was a great start. We saw some trickery right from the kick-off. The French splitting their forward pack, meaning that Fiji to receive had to split up their resources as well. But it didn't work for them. And Fiji have resisted the early onslaught. Probably the favourites from the blue, the France.
Good opportunity here now as we see Nicky Little calling the shots in the back line for Fiji. A great attacking opportunity from this line out, about 26 metres out from the French line.
Hold it, please. And look who's hovering around behind him is Rupeni Faufau. He's keen to get his hands on the ball tonight.
Keep the gaps. Don't follow in.
As I mentioned, Greg Smith has had trouble with that right hand. He's played with it all week. Let's hope it doesn't affect his throwing to the line out. Naivo's at number 2. Dovivarata's at the back, but it's the man that came through an injury program for Awonga that tied it up, and they've turned it over straight away, driven back forward by Jeremy Thion of France. Galtier at scrum half. Inside the 22 is Michelak. It goes back to Rupeni Faufau. The crowd know the reputation. It goes out for Delasau. Another flyer with a great sevens background. He's claiming for the late tackle, but the referee won't call for that one. And the ball has been kicked into touch on the full. This guy is an absolute flyer on the right wing for Fiji as well.
And didn't the crowd go up too when Thou got the ball He ran across field, saw the defence coming up and went wide to De La Salle. Unfortunately, he kicked this one out on the full. But the intentions are already there from the Fijians to run the ball at any opportunity.
Good win by the French, taking up midfielders Georgian, and he's met with some solid defence. And once again, the French are penalised at the breakdown.
Well, the ball's shaken loose, and then they tried to fall over it again, the French. They hit the line, they got smashed in the tackle. Great defence by Fiji, and an opportunity to put first points on the board.
Good work there by Nicky Little, drifting across and taking the man, ball and all, and forcing the ball out.
You've played against Nicky Little, Tim. How do you rate him in terms of world standards?
Oh, I think Nicky Little taking this kick for goal. I was fortunate enough to play with Nicky Little at Saracens in the UK for the last couple of years. A very talented number 10.
Well, he's got a chance now to pass Serevo Koroduadua. And that's a great start by Fiji. They lead by 3 points to 0. That's the start they wanted. And Nicky Little has supplied it. Now past Koroduadua's World Cup record of 40 points. He's a leading point scorer. The only Islander to ever pass 500 points in Test rugby, Nicky Little, and he'll play a very important part in this Fijian campaign tonight. Now it's back for Rembeni, driving it back deep downfield. Will the counter-attack come from France? No, they're quite content to put it back inside the Fijian quarter. Finally, Norman Lingari will no doubt force it in his own in goal. He'll tease the French for a while. Now will they break out? De La Salle looking for Naivo. But common sense prevails in the Fijian lineup.
They can't get over that sevens culture, can you? That's the fantastic thing about Fiji. They always see an opportunity moving around, running along the touchline, and then they'll break out all of a sudden.
Little drives it deep and long. It goes for Rougerie on the right wing for France, and he's got wonderful pace. And already a chink in that Fijian defence. If anything's going to let them down, that is what will happen today. But Rapeni Fautau takes on the big flanker from France in Manya and drives him to the ground, but hanging on, couldn't get off the tackle player, and the penalty goes to France.
The French know they've just got to play smart football here, not try to do anything elaborate, and they're not trying to attack Fiji in their own strengths at the moment. They're quite content to put the ball downfield and just try and wear the Fijians around. Let them have their bit of fun throwing the ball around and make the mistakes.
Great work to make the break. It was Dovi Verada, the captain, that missed him initially. And this tackle by Rapeni Fautau there showing the benefit of a Super 12 season with Auckland.
Lovely work by Rougerie, finding space with the Fijian forwards, and then Galtier using the blind side well, picking up Manu.
Now the youngster, just a few days shy of his 21st birthday, Frédéric Michalak, a chance to put France back on level terms. And that is a magnificent kick. It's 3-all here at Suncorp, Pool B of the World Cup. Both fly halves have traded early penalty goals. Already we've seen an alarming chink in that Fijian defence. Now Manya again. Oh, that's better stuff from Nicky Little. He's shown some really solid defence in midfield.
Stay!
Now France just inside their own half for Michalak. Turning Fautau around again. This one will bounce nicely into touch just inside the quarter line. It will be a Fijian throw to the line out, but France have made their intentions quite clear. to play this game down their end of the ground.
Lovely work by Michalak. And you're right, David, they want to play the Fijians down in their half. They don't want to get caught and drawn into playing into the Fijians' game.
I think the thing that has improved most about the French game is their defence. Playing in that European Cup, the Heineken Cup, it's been such quality competition, and that's the thing that they've missed in World Cups previously. And they believe they can pin Fiji in their own territory.
Loose ball, tidied up by Raludi. He's under enormous pressure though as Ibanez came storming through. Now Naivo's been isolated. Now Rapeni Thau. He's lost the ball as it gone forward. The referee has ruled that it did go forward. And so a great attacking opportunity for the French.
There's been much said over the last few weeks about the great divide between the amateur and the highly professional team of the French. But when you get out on a paddock and a stage like tonight, it doesn't matter about money. It comes down to heart and passion.
Hopelessly outweighed the French front row against the Fijian one, but their technique is just owned. They're a machine.
Now Haradadorki was ready to come off the back, but the penalty goes against Nyholt on this side. And a chance again for Michalak to put the French in the lead in this match for the very first time at the 9-minute mark. So young Frederick Michalak, his 13th international. He made his debut against South Africa 2 years ago. And it's a game that's built on great confidence. He kicked a very decisive penalty goal in the 14-13 win over the Wallabies last year. And he struck his first penalty attempt here magnificently to level up the scores after Nick Little's early strike for Fiji. So there's a fair deal of support for the Fijians here tonight as they try to distract Frederick Michalak. But they can't put him off. Another perfect strike. 3 more points to France. They lead this international at the World Cup by 6 points to 3.
Well, the game so far has been played in Fijian territory, and that's what it's about. The kicks in behind them are meant to put pressure on the Fijians and to provide opportunities, and France are doing it a treat at the moment.
Loose went high, but it's been beautifully stolen by Naivo. Now a chance for the Fijians, but they've turned it over. Galpier, all the experience, the cutout pass. And Yannick Jorsian drives the ball back towards halfway. Great composure by the French after the turnover from the restart.
You could tell there by Jorsian the French tactics, and make sure they get the ball out, make sure they find space.
We saw a very unfortunate incident with David Gifford last night. We saw Palouse flying high there, Fabian Palouse, but he came down quite safely. Now Greg Smith, throw into the line out. Now Raluni tried to split them close to the ruck. And there's an exchange. Greg Smith, something went on there. Both teams reacted. Referee Mr. Roland came straight in. Will there be a touch judge report? No, the referee is in total control, and the penalty has gone to Fiji. So Nicky Little with a chance to drive Fiji into an attacking position for the first time in the opening 12 minutes of this match.
Smith picking up the ball at the back, the French player coming around the side, offside on the ruck. So he's decided that the referee wasn't going to blow the whistle. I'll hold on to the ball and swat them like flies and make him make a decision.
A short line out for the Fijians. They are lined so deep in attack.
Well, you'd know this ball isn't going to go to the back of the line out to number 3.
Now what can they come up with? Good defence by Haradadorki in midfield, just outside the 22. Now it goes away again for Little. The turn back inside for the big powerful centre in Tuilevu. Now taken forward by Nyholt. Raluni spins it wide to Nicky Little. They go wide again. Cut out to Vivarana. And Koya Mambuli. The ball gone forward. The referee has allowed play to go on. Now they come left again through Little. Again the cut out pass. Naivo. Rembeni. Naivo. Trying to get it out to Nyholt. And there's Greg Smith and they're toiling as the Fijians turn it over. Well, their intentions are quite obvious too. They want to move the ball wide against the French. They want to avoid the contact, the heavy contact at midfield as much as they can. Now Thou, what will he do? He will run, and he's taken beautifully in the tackle. And not releasing Rupeni Thou. And another chance. This lack of discipline will be very costly to the Fijians because Michalak will punish them every time.
Well, it's well and good to have plenty of pace, but if you're going to take on the French when the ball's been kicked behind you, you got to go to where other teammates can get to you quickly, and quite clearly Rapeni didn't.
It was an absolute suicide mission then. 1 against 6. I'll take them all on.
Very brave.
He's good, but he's not that good. Fijians to date have had 4 handling errors. They've got to make sure they fix up that area of their play, or the French will pick at it and they will make them pay dearly.
And that's an area that they're usually brilliant at. Handling is just so special. But I think the pressure from the French defence is just making them have a peak.
Here we see Fabien Gartier, the captain of the French side.
Well, remember the strapping that Olivier Magna, the captain, had in the World Cup final of '99, looking like Hannibal Lecter by the end of the game.
Now Michalak, a chance to extend the French lead from the 40-metre mark. He's pushed it wide, he struck it well. He had the distance, but he's pushed it to the right. So that's a let-off for the Fijians. Really love to get down in French territory because the French will keep putting the pressure on this end of the ground. Now Little drives it deep. Goes to his opposite number, Michalak. Galtier is off in the blood bin. And now Raluni, again isolated. Galtier's back on for the French. Away for Little. And he pumps it in behind Dominici. Back for Rusk. Beritz. The home of another great French fullback in Serge Blanco. Now a chance for Fiji. The chase is on with Thou. Back goes Rougerie inside his 22. And that's a poor kick. Rambeni, can he get it? Back in for Joe Vivarana. Try for the captain. What a reply by Fiji. A poor mistake by Rougerie. Good pressure put on by Thou. And then in the end it was composure from Rambeni and great support from the captain. Joe Vivarana scores the first try for Fiji. In fact, it's Naivo, the big lock, that scored the try.
Oh, this was wonderful. It was a great kick. Watch the Exocet missile go in and put pressure, and the ball comes skewing off the boot. We talked about how good their handling was. Look at this. They pull it in from all over the place and crash over in the corner. The crowd have gone nuts.
Lovely ball back inside. The try was started 65 metres back where Nicky Little threw a long pass and put the ball long, and it was the chase of Thou that put the pressure on Rougerie to slide the ball off his left foot.
So Naivo, he's had experience playing in New Zealand, his 33rd cap, and that's his 5th try for his country, and a telling one. A terrific finish after great pressure put on the French. And Aurelien Rougerie would be ruining that in the end goal as he waits for Nicky Little. with a chance now to put Fiji further in the lead. They lead by 8-6. And he's missed it. 18 minutes gone here at Suncorp. And Naivo, what a moment for him. So, what can the French do in reply?
Hands away, hands away! Stay, fellas,
Terrific
stay.
composure by Rembetti out wide to just control the ball for the big lock to come forward.
Showing some great skills. And that kick not doing a hell of a lot. Just dragging the players across field. But, you know, again, they're keeping the French out and they're keeping them wondering what's going on.
Field position-wise, the French have had the better of the time. But they've actually had to make the more tackles, 19, but they've missed 7, which has been telling, whereas Fiji have had 8, missed 3.
Galtier. That's Georgian.
Hands up!
And they move it again. That's
Roll away, 7!
Ibanez. Now Michalak. Good defence in midfield that time by Rambani. Again they move it Aurelian. Rougerie trying to make up for that very poor kick that led to the Fijian try. Delisau working hard in defence across there for the Fijians. The power of that French pack drives them forward. This is a great attacking opportunity. Michalak goes wide, pops the ball up, beautiful skills. Goes out for Manya. And he's taken in midfield again. Strong defence there by the Fijians. Galtier looking for Haranadoke. Smashed in defence in midfield.
That Moses Raluni just stepping straight forward from halfback, smashing Haranadoke.
Good pass over the top. Dominici got the pass away. Betson goes inside the 22. And finally that Fijian cover is there in numbers.
Serge Betson there, the number 6 for France, called the Biarritz bombshell. Born in Cameroon, skilled in Biarritz, but can't get free. He can go, this fella.
Scored 2 tries in his run on debut against the Fijians a couple of years ago. And we're searching for try number 3. Watch this battle in the front row. There's some power and weight in that Fijian side of the scrum, I can tell you. Led by Joe Vediaki at 136 kilos. At the beginning of the year, Buddha, he was 168.
It's just a shave off there, just a close shave down to a trim 136.
Oh, there's a chance there, the dummy thrown in field. Manya, great pace, taken down by Lingari. And finally the desperate defence of Fiji is rewarded because the French was blowing up too much. It's been penalised for not releasing.
Good work by Salawa there. Straight in over the top, reefing on the ball. The referee had no other decision but to take that one as a penalty.
Now that kick hasn't found touch.
The French have got to string some phases together. Only once have they got to 7 phases, is when they pressured most.
Now I think that ball was into touch before it curved back. I think this will still be. No, it will be a French throw.
Yeah, the ball just landed inside, hitting Ray Lully in the chest and going out. So the French have now an attacking line out 40 metres out from the Fijian line.
French trail by 8-6. After that try by Api Naivo, can they come up with a reply? Haranadoke gets it at the back of the line out. Taken forward by Georgian. The French arrive at numbers. Galtier, beautiful pass for Ibanez, but he's lost the ball forward. Will they counter-attack the Fijians? They will. Rembetti takes it forward. Tuilevu set it. Now the kick downfield is huge. Back goes Nicholas Brusque. Look at the chase by the Fijians. And finally the ball into touch at the 10-metre line, still in French territory.
Tremendous work by Delisau there, the Fijian winger. He's put tremendous pressure and made sure that Fiji grabbed valuable ground.
Good defence by Fiji. Good counter-attack.
Well, this is an indication of how Fiji are going. Equal possession, equal territory now. They've balanced. The French have still got to put something together. They've promised so much and delivered little.
Now they turn Valvar again around through the boot of Michalak. He'll get it back for Norman Lingeri. And he reaches it away towards the western touchline of Suncorp Stadium. It takes play inside the French territory. Lingeri, who plays with Harlequins tonight, playing for Fiji for the 21st time. His World Cup debut. His international debut was 3 years ago against Tonga. If you look at Lingeri, Delasau, two wonderful names of sevens rugby, Chris, that have thrilled the crowds right around the world in that sevens world circuit. And of course, Sarevi sitting on the bench.
Well, as soon as you see them break into space, everybody has a turbocharged engine behind them. Fijians just love the break and they loom up in support.
Taken well by Lingeri, but arriving was Georgian, who's been very involved in midfield for the French in the opening exchanges. Galtier goes short side. Oh, look at that terrific defence coming in from Rambeni. And he drove the French number 8 back.
Offside. Was way offside. And Alain Roland, the French father, the Irish mother, played for Ireland. Wonderful young referee. Very fit, knows the game, played halfback himself.
Chance now for Michalak again to once again put France in the lead. At the moment they're down by 8 points to 6. Missed with his last attempt. This on the preferred side for the right-footed around the corner kicker. And that's a perfect strike. And the Tricolores are back in front in this Pool B clash of the Rugby World Cup. They lead by 9 points to 8.
It's now important for Nicky Little, as we see him talking to his forwards, to stay back onside, to get some height on this kick so that the Fiji can get used to the ball.
Well, 25 minutes of play gone. First half. Marina Dorky went up high, secured it well for the French from the restart. Driven forward by Jean-Jacques Henka. The support of the number 2 Ibanez, you can see there. Like a little blue heeler dog. Fabian Galtier barking and snapping at the heels of the French forwards as Marina Dorky goes forward. Good exchange, ball back in for Olivier Magna.
Wonderful support for the breakout.
Now again, that lack of discipline by the Fijians, and they're going to be punished for this. If they keep it up, but the ball has been knocked forward. And scrum feed to the French. It's inside Fijian territory.
In fact, it's a Fijian put in. It is.
Must have had a call from the touch judge there.
No ball, no ball.
So Richard Nyhold on this side of the scrum in the white headgear for Fiji, played for Queensland University here in Brisbane.
Very sadly, Chris, his brother Kim was killed in a car accident in Mexico a couple of weeks, which prompted a health problem for his father, William, that's in hospital at the moment and recovering, so we send him all the best, and no doubt he attended the Fijian training session during the week to see Richard. Now Little, great pass in midfield. That's where they can open up some gaps. Number 7 coming in there. Salawa. Again, they just let themselves down. Now a chance for the counter-attack by the French. They're inside Fijian territory by 12 metres. They lie deep in attack. Galtier looks, goes wide to Michalak. Again turns Thalvau around. And back goes Lingari as well. But it's not well weighted. It goes dead in goal. It goes into the in-goal area. He will force it and bring it back to the 22.
Well, it's a poor kick from Michalak. Needed to keep the ball in hand. They were getting momentum. They were gaining momentum. And they needed to keep the ball and keep the pressure on Fiji.
France, if they want to take this game, they've got to start to do it now. They've got to lift their gear. We saw there they took the quick tap. They've got to start running these Fijians around and start to hurt their big forward pack and weigh them, start to wear them out and wear them out early.
Aridodoki, the big number 8, tied it up inside the 22. Nicholas Brusque, some solid defence by the Fijians. The crowd love it now. Mania, what a world-class back rower he is. They've got a tremendous back row, the French. Now Michalak through the dummy, turning it back into Betson. And Buller from the Fijians in midfield. And now Big Polus goes forward. This is enterprising stuff by the French. Marsh got it away to Dominici, but he knocked it forward. The referee playing advantage, but it's not forthcoming. And we have a French player back sickened in midfield. And I think it might be Jean-Jacques Kanka, the loose head prop. Look at Big Joe Vediaki there, number 3 for Fiji. He is a giant of a man.
He'll be sucking them in. There's a bit of underhanded stuff going on out there. Wonderful burst to set it up. But watch, some of the Fijians are held back. Vediaki in the 13 jersey lashes out. A couple are doing it. The French are just...
This is where it's going to start telling on Fiji. The fitness levels, you can see the difference between the French just in the physiques. Vediaki is starting to play the game where he's deciding just to walk around the paddock at the moment and let the game come to him.
And that's where the French players are starting to pick up the slow Fijian forwards and pick them out.
Now Raludi, untidy ball at the back for Fiji. And again, just coming straight in over the top of the Fijians. They just can ill afford to keep this discipline. They must stay on their feet in those engagements, and they've turned over another penalty attempt for Michalak.
I don't think this is a good decision by France. They've got him on the rack here. They should be punching this into the corner and really going for the jugular here. Don't give the Fijians time to suck the breath in. They should be going straight at them and straight for the throat.
The Dovi Verada there quite clearly goes in over to cover Moses Reluni, who'd gone forward with the ball. Silly stuff. But in the 1999 World Cup, these two sides deep into the second half were locked. Just a point separated them. The point separates them now. It's never easy. They're great contest. I mean, the French ended up winning 28-19, but it's been just blood and guts and tough football, and maybe that's why they've taken the kick.
3 from 4 so far from Michalak. 9-8, France lead Fiji. 30 minutes gone first half. And the lead has been extended by another 3. Fiji trail by 4. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. So the Fijians have scored the only try. But Michalak, that unerring right boot, has kept the French in front. And there's Big Joe Vediaki. Made his debut against the New Zealand Maori back in 1994. Now Rougerie, who made the huge mistake that led to the Fijian try. Galtier, they work on the short side. Back goes Naivo. Oh, good play by the fullback Brusque. The pass has gone astray. Galtier's there, tidying up for the French. That's the 10-metre line. Away goes Ibanez, Betson, Galtier, Michalak, turning it back into the loose head prop Trinker. And Mania's out there as well in midfield. Enterprising play by the French.
Come out of there. Team going forward. Slam it down. Team going forward.
Lovely work by the French. Sleight of hand, keeping the ball alive. They're starting to run Fiji around now. Fiji aren't coming off their line of defence. They're on the back foot. They need to stay on their toes and keep coming forward.
We saw Richard Band score a magnificent try, belying the fact that front row forwards are not what they used to be, and the performance of these two props for France today, they're all over the paddock and causing problems for the Fijian defence.
Bruce, they're bursting onto the ball, realising he had plenty of backup, just throws the ball back, making sure that it gets back on his side. The French working just to punch it forward because they know that the Fijian backs are going to be starting to tiring, putting the ball on the inside to the ever-present prop.
Still worries me that France aren't sticking together enough phases. It's long-range rugby at the moment. They're not pressuring the Fijians on their own line in that must-score territory. And that worries me.
Well, I think all they need is just a couple more phases. They're getting to 3 and 4 phases. They need to get to 5 and 6, and then the points might start to come.
So a defensive scrum for the Fijians. It's a perfect attacking situation for the French. Aradadorke goes left-hand side, beautiful hands, and Dominici goes in for the French, scoring from the first phase and scoring in style on the left wing for France.
Well, that's the breakout they needed. They had numbers. The last pass to Dominici in picture looked suspiciously forward, but Alain Roland was right there in line with it. He says no. Scampered down the touchline. Beautiful, quick pick up at the back, the breakout, and they were outnumbered. Beautiful work.
Lovely work. The old 8, 9, 15. Very hard to stop because the defending number 9 has to take 2 players, which makes the winger have to come in, and Dominici took that ball and made sure of the 5 points.
Try number 13 for the French winger. He scored 2 tries at the Rugby World Cup in 1999, and a couple of crackers they were. And he just added the finishing touch for a very well-rehearsed move by the French on the short side. And now that lead has been extended to 9. Real turnaround in the last few minutes for France. This kick is not on target. And so, with 7 minutes remaining in the first half, France lead by 17 points to 8 here at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So the big question mark is, can Fiji strike back? Now Rougerie. Oh, there's some holes opening up in midfield now as the French go into full attack. Terrific defence again on the cover that time by the Fijians, but again they're moving it very, very quickly across that line, and mistakes are happening. The Gary's in big trouble. He's got to release the ball here. The French arrive. Well, he had no option. He had to concede the 3. But
you'd look closely at professional foul here as well. Alain Roland was right on top of it. One wonders.
Well, it's probably negated any chance of a quick restart by the French looking for the 7. And that's what Galtier is probably complaining about. The penalty will stand. And I don't think he's going to take the 3. Will they take the scrum?
I hope so. And it's what Dan Crowley was talking about. When you've got a team on the rack, you've got to give it to them in spades. This is the time they may just tap and form the wedge so that they've got a little bit more movability.
They've got something up their sleeve here.
It looks almost like the 15-man scrum.
I don't know how they can get something at the sleeves of the jersey they got on.
Now a rehearsed move by the French, and they roll it effectively. Try time for the French. Try number 2.
Oh, the backs are pumped.
And Aradadorke comes up with the try. The big number 8. The 23-year-old, the player of the future I mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, scores his 3rd try in Test rugby.
A great innovation shown there by the French. to score the try. They smashed them. There's backs and forwards all together. I love it. And Ibanez right up the tail.
What the French did here was they actually did it at speed. They didn't try to just set it up and then go into a stagnant position. They made sure that when their players came in from behind, they came in and joined at speed to make sure they got that momentum for the try.
Michalak hits the extras. And all of a sudden, it's a 16-point ball game with France enjoying that advantage.
Well, I'm sure you'll see other Rugby World Cup coaches due to play France put that one down in their book to have a look at to see a proper counter.
Now, will Fiji go long where Rougerie just cut them to bits 2 minutes earlier, or will they go short to try and get their hands on the ball?
Little goes long again and straight to that man Rougerie. This time he elects to drop it on the left foot and take play 10 metres inside the French half.
Geez, impressed me, Rougier, the speed and the pace that he's brought into the French backline tonight. He looks very fit.
Well, he made a dreadful mistake early, but he certainly recovered from that. His mistake led to the Fijian try scored by Naivo. And tidy ball. Going forward was Thion, the number 5 for France. Messeron, Georgian, Marsh, good ball work again. Dominici arriving in defence was Rambetti and also Tui Lebu. Still going forward the French. And Fiji is really under pressure at the moment. Michalak. Good pass for Palouse in midfield.
A lot of room on the right-hand side for France.
And that's the way they come. Messeron, Munya, Rougerie. Oh, shoulder charge. Shoulder charge, no arms used. Did he get the ball down? I don't think so.
Well, there's a big rap on Rougerie
Go step forward.
as the blonde Longu.
Yeah.
But Big Jonah would have scored that one.
Gee, they made hard work of that, France, as we see the shoulder charge come in. And Rougerie just going out before he placed the ball down. Only put his right hand out.
I reckon you've almost give that a try. No, the hand
on the
goes
ground.
down.
You have to give him an A for effort on that one, though. Tremendous skills.
Good call there from touch judge Steve Walsh.
Now Fiji under pressure. Another scrum to pack down.
Scrum return, blue
And a
ball.
blue ball. So
There's your mark.
will we see the final fling in the first half by the French?
This is a compelling position for the French to be in.
Timeout,
A
Donald.
tired Fiji side near the end of the first half. And this is a powerful front three. They want this to stay up. And I know Salawa just trying to take a little bit of time getting that boot back on just to give his side a chance to pull it in, because they're going to need all the concentration.
This is where the France scrum needs to have Franca, the number 1, the loose head, to try and drive it up on the left-hand side to take out the breakaway of the Fiji.
The French backline spread right across the width of the field.
The scrum going to the ground. The French, as said, were trying to bring up the left-hand side. The Fijians know that's the case. Viliaki trying it with all his might, his whole 136 kilos, to make sure they don't go that way. Push them the opposite.
It's all about the contact. Now they've got to resist the second push. The French want it badly at the back.
Now they move it wide. Georgian taken by his opposite number.
Run away, 12.
In Rambetti. They've got numbers left-hand side. Palouse loses it forward. Referee playing advantage to Fiji. Just outside their own goal line. Little, good quick hands. Now they try to break out in typical Fijian fashion. But the referee will come back. There was no advantage forthcoming. And the penalty will go to the Fijian side just 5 metres out. But they won't have time to take it. The referee's out. Time off for half-time. It's 24 points to 11 to 8 in favour of the French. So play about to get underway in the second half. 2 tries to 1. France over Fiji. Straight from the restart.
Knock on off blue.
Here's that Rembeni, I think it may be, that is playing, or Tuilevu playing in no number in the second half for Fiji.
Crouch hold, wait.
Scrum to pack down 10 metres out for the French 22. It's a great attacking opportunity early in the second half for Fiji.
Whip it around.
That's even made things a bit better for the Fijian side. Interested to know what the tactics will be, trailing by 16 points. He's going to look for the 3. Nicky Little.
The referee giving the penalty there, saying the French had turned it around, meaning one side, one prop actually pushes up while the other prop tries to pull back to spin it as quickly as possible.
Nicky Little, chance to reduce the deficit.
Good decision, I think, this minute into the second half, to take 3 points while you're down in the territory of the French. You need to come away with points.
So Fiji's most prolific point scorer, Nicky Little, stabs at it, raises the flag, so the first points of the second half go to Fiji. 13 points the difference. Very important that they registered the first points in the second half.
The big question, will the Fijians put up a fight in this second half, or will they wave the white flag?
Well, I don't think they'll be waving the white flag. They were down 60-40 on possession in territory, and immediately they adjusted that statistic, and that's all you can do. You need that good effort straight after the whistle, and they're persevering.
Well, unfortunately, in midfield, Tuilevu left the ball behind. And a chance now for the French. They move it left-hand side, out for Georgian. And he went through some feeble Fijian defence, arriving as Kreker and also Ibanez. Galtier's knocked it forward. Advantage being played to the Fijians. Now Lingari tries to break out from his own 22. This is where they're dangerous. A chance for Thaldau. Just went past Rougerie. This is the fastest man in World Rugby. And he's thrilled the crowd of Suncorp Stadium. Rupeni Thaldau has scored an absolute gem, and he went past Rougerie as if he wasn't there.
Well, we were waiting to see brilliance like that at Rugby World Cup 2003. And it was that man, Rupeni Thaldau, that did it. He went round the blonde low move as if he was standing still. Rougerie, with all the pace and all the skill, had no counter for the pace. And look at the evasion skills here. He's on fire. Rupeni Thaldau, what a great try. Go, you good thing.
Well, the fastest winger in the Southern Hemisphere. The points are added. Clocked at 10.9. He knocked back the chance to play for New Zealand. And I'm sure many turned up here tonight just to see him in action, and didn't he make Rougerie look very ordinary on the right wing for France?
I spoke about whether Fiji will throw up the white flag, and what does Thaldau do? Grabs the white flag and throws it back in my face. They're back in this game, Fiji.
And that would have rocked the French. And you can see that the tempo is picked up by the Fijian defence. That was just an outstanding try. Skill, evasion and sheer pace. Described by John Eales today as the best winger in World Rugby. You can hardly argue with that, the ease that he went around Rougerie. Galtier away for Michalak, for Georgian, for Betson. Great cover defending tackle by Tui Levu. Now the question is being put to Fiji by the French. Galtier goes to the short side, then went open. Michalak away for the big prop. Hooks, but he's dropped in midfield. Now they'll go right again.
Hold it. Number 9.
The penalty going across. This could be a sin binning for Ralouni. This could be a yellow card.
Your leg was on the ball. Restricting them playing fast ball. Please roll away when I ask you to roll away.
He's going to let him get away with it, Moses Ralouni. Just when they get it back to 6 points, that indiscretion allows France probably to kick further ahead. Michalak strikes it purely. 27-18 here at Suncorp Stadium. 6 minutes gone, second half. But this game is still alive.
Very much alive. But Fiji need to get their hands on the ball. They can't allow the French pack, who are playing a more direct game now, to keep their hands on the ball.
Little with the restart. They go short this time. Taken down by Arendorki. And again they decide they're going to spread the ball wide. That pass went forward. Now Tony Marsh. Taken in good cover by Salawa. Marsh is a fascinating story. Had testicular cancer, went through chemotherapy in April and May, and here he is playing in a Rugby World Cup. He was inspired by Lance Armstrong, who came back from a similar offence, a similar problem, to win the Tour de France, and here is Marsh back. Now, Doe Viverata has just been told that Tui Levu has been cautioned, on general caution now. A chance for the French to try for another 3 points.
Smart play by the French. They're trying to settle things down. They're trying to get this enthusiasm out of the Fijians. They'll just take the 3 points, kick ahead again by just that little extra margin. Try and slow them down, get that pressure off them.
Just interesting to see the way they've done it. They haven't gone back to the forwards and tried to boorishly work it out. They've gone wide and opened it up, really taking on the Fijians. I think we're in for a crack in a few minutes.
Michalak hits the upright. The Fijians breathe a sigh of relief. And Rambani is quite happy to force it in the in goal. They go long with the restart. The French fly half. Michalak back for Palouse. That's the 10-metre line, Fijian territory. Again, they go short side, Mania. Now Dominici, try scorer in the first half. Fleet of foot on the left wing for France. Michalak, again they go wide. Big strong man is Georgian in midfield for the French. In fact, he's a huge centre.
In fact, it's Palouse, I think, that hit the ball up. He's been very effective midfield. He's a big man. When he hits that line, he's usually able to gain a couple of metres and get the Fijian defence to realign.
Fijians are seeing Palouse standing out there and actually hitting him in some gang tackles 2 and 3 men at a time to try and nullify him.
I want you down, please. Engage. Steady, steady.
Centre field scrum midway between half 22, Fijian territory. Doe Viverata, the captain, puts the head down, but he's been isolated. Ralouni went well to the short side. but again, not releasing. And these fundamental errors really, really costly to Fiji after striking back so well in the early part of the second half. 27-18, favour of France. And that's the reason for the infringement. Poised, trying to push France further in the lead. Missed with his last attempt. Successful with this attempt, and France 30 lead Fiji 18 after leading by 24-8 at half-time.
Well, it's the discipline of the Fijian team that's letting them down. If they're going to be a chance in this match and a chance to get closer to the French score, the discipline has to be perfect. They can't give away these silly penalties.
Fiji, no problem, Fiji! Come on, boys!
And hear the war cry coming out.
They're a great race. They love their rugby. And this French team, a lot of people saw this as a bit of a danger match for them. Certainly will be there when the whips are cracking come quarter-final, semi-final time. They've just had a splendid record at each of the World Cups, where they reached the final of the first one in 87, quarter-finalists in 91, semi-finalists in 95, and again beaten by the Wallabies in 99. Dovi Varada, stepping run by the big Fijian captain. Taken forward this time by Salawa, but a knock-on.
Storm it down.
Again, it's just letting them down. They were in terrific attacking position. And again, another turnover.
Wonder what was going through Olivia Mania's head when he decided that the good idea was to chip over the top. Vasali Sarevi, the Fijian sevens specialist, looking on. I wonder if those old legs have got another couple of seasons in them.
Away on the right boot by Nicholas Brusk. And that's a huge touch finder. Ends up at about row 12 and takes play just short of the halfway line.
Maybe they need Sarevi on the field to spark something for the Fijians, because they need to score some points early, and he could be the player to do so.
Yeah, well, he's renowned around the world for his skills, prolific point scorer, King of Dazzle they call him in Fiji. I don't know whether the King of Dazzle is still there at 35 years of age, but he's just been an absolute champion.
What Fiji need is keep the ball in hand. They've got to hold on to it. 65-35 the percentage so far in possession to the French.
Now they go wide again. Tuilevu, knocked forward by Dominici. Good skills by the Fijians, but they finally rushed into touch on the far side. And the man taking over was Seru Rambeni.
Yeah, too many long passes there by Fiji in the backs as the French go for a quick line out.
Krecker sets it, 10-metre line, French territory. Put in behind Falthauer again by Michalak. The chase is on by Rougerie. Now he can pick this up and beat Rougerie on the outside, but safety first this time by Fiji. And the right option taken by Rupeni Falthauer.
Do you think so? I'd have thought that the breakout there was really the Fijians' chance to close this gap. They're one-on-one. Love to him to have backed himself, but it certainly brought this crowd to their feet.
The try from 95 metres out would have been fantastic.
What it's done is given the French the throw to the line out. They go to the back. Adinadorki takes it down, and the French drive it to the 22-metre line.
France dominating this area, the ruck and maul possession. Nearly double the amount of ball coming from the French ruck and maul as the Fijian.
Now they go wide and then turn it back on the inside.
Good continuity here will help.
Galtier, beautiful pass. Rougerie ghosting in from the right wing.
Absolutely correct, Mr. Referee. He was tackled and caught the wrong side, and he tried to lift up and roll over and present his team with the ball, and he's been nailed.
It's not the place to run at the Fijians in close. The French must move the ball wide. There's more space out wide for the French backs.
I'm just wondering where the place is, Tim, to run at the Fijians.
With the Fijians, you don't want to run into the Vipers pit, do you?
Not for me.
Probably the safest place is on the bench here tonight.
So 30 points to 18, 55 minutes gone second in this match, Pool B. They're warming up on the touchline. There's Pepito El Uga. Oh, nearly picked him off in that covering tackle. Now, Fiji defence at 6s and 7s, Little with the shoulder charge.
A lot of space for the French on the left-hand side as they go that way.
And that's the way they're going. The big centre again. Marsh now back for Georgie, and he's got a ton of pace. And he goes to the corner, and he scores the third try for France. And really, that is the nail in the coffin for the Fijians. The breakout, great skill, great vision to come left. And the big fellow handled twice and finally goes over for the try. A good try it was. His fourth for the French national team.
Finally the French hold on to it, and they have continuity. Crisp passing out in front, all working together. Good vision with Marsh. He steps through one, looks for his support, and then it's straight, easy and hard for the try line.
Lovely work. They spread the Fijian defence, and Marsh came back on inside. Lovely straightening work. And the French, when they get the ball in hand, look very dangerous out wide, and are now starting to cut the Fijian defence apart.
Michalak now, the ball placed to try and convert this try by the big centre, Georgian. A little bit of Johnny Wilkinson in this too. This will be a perfect shot from our cameraman. Oh, that's a great strike. Great kick. France extends its lead at Suncorp Stadium, 37-18. Good finishing here by the big French centre, Georgian. And the chance of a lay bleu. Let's go the Blues. Finally, there's confidence in the French supporters. This game now is in their keeping. The replacement El Auger is on for Rougerie on the right wing for France. He'll be playing in jersey 22. Is there anything left in this Fijian side to come back good and thrill this crowd here? As El Auger does exactly that on the right wing for France. The chase is on with Betson coming back. And now Lingauri tries to break out, but good French chase, good French defence. They spin it wide. Safety of the touchline on the right-hand side.
12,
The penalty goes against the centre three-quarter. Georgie and the try scorer.
blue, offside.
That particular play, you could see that the French were motoring downfield, and they're actually overtaking half of the Fijians who are trying to get back desperately. The gas is starting to run out in the tanks of the Fijian forwards. Now may be the time to start doing some tactical replacements.
And this is where Michalak will come into his own. He'll be trying to pick out the tired Fijian forwards as Nicky Little put that kick in the touch. Michalak will be looking for the slow forwards, trying to pick them out and running at them on the inside and the outside and putting some players into some space.
I can't believe that Dan Crowley is throwing stones at people who are slow to get back in support. Let he who has never sinned cast the first stone.
Now coming onto the field for Fiji is Vasali Sarevi, and the crowd reacting accordingly.
There he is, Sarevi, 7 specialist.
gone to fullback. Gowdy's got, oh, that's a bad mistake in midfield. Yeah, and you can see the look on the face of Senator Rambeni, the Highlander from New Zealand.
Not quite sure what Serevi would have done had the ball have come to him. He hasn't done his pants up yet. He was just loafing around at the back there, just getting ready.
The uncharacteristic Serevi too. Normally he has the arms with the sleeves rolled right up as if he's trying to get, as if he needs it, a suntan, but loves to show off the guns, the big muscly arms that Serevi has.
Now there's a little knock on at the back. They had a wonderful attacking opportunity there. The ability to attack on either side of the scrum at the centre of the 22, but they've knocked on at the base of the scrum.
Wait. Hold.
Now, will they...
Engage.
Couple of options here for Fiji, left and right. Will they go right-hand side and use Serevi?
Well, they've been picked off at the back of the scrum. And the knock-on by Fiji gives France that opportunity again to attack from a terrific position.
This new U-Butte uniform that the French have got there, Chris, they look like a pack of 15 French cyclists, don't they?
They do, Tour de France. But it is very solid. It's designed to be cool in this supposed heat down here, and also hard to grab onto in the tackle.
Now Dominici has knocked the ball forward.
Double knock on, first by
He's had a big look there.
These suits looked a little bit like your suit, Butter.
The blue wrestling suit, sure does.
I think you fit yours a little bit better than these guys do theirs.
Seconds, wait, hold, engage. Okay, back off blue.
Good play by the French. Betson was in there. It's been brought back by the Fijians. There's no advantage.
Over the top, playing advantage off a blue knocker.
Forthcoming now, they're trying to break out of their own 22. Kick downfield by Rambeni. Knock on, was it? That is definitely a forward pass.
Well, it got a result, but it was a pretty dumb thing to do. They had the opportunity to kick for touch and get the put in, so they did the quick tap and then kick, and normally you'd be punished for that. But the little knock on,
Come in, please.
and maybe they're still here with a bit of a chance. It'll take a quick break out, but it'll go the way that Serevi wants it to.
20 minutes of play remain. In fact, less. 19 minutes.
He's in there barking instructions at Moses Raluni. They've just got to clear the scrum.
Now they take it to the 10-metre line. Raluni goes to Little. The kick, watch for Thal. There he is in great defence.
Holding on, he's got to be penalised.
What about the pace now? Smith's involved in an altercation. Now that's not unusual. He never takes a backward step, the boy from Waikato.
Straight after Ibanez, he's opposite number 2.
1 second. 1 second, please. Skipper.
Now, let's listen to this with referee Roland.
Okay. The last few minutes. We're taking a knock-on off right here. It's going to be scrummage down for blue ball. Please stay here for a moment. Talk to your players. Stay within the confines of the law, please. We play some football. Positive off both sides. There was a knock-on off right here. We're playing a scrummage down for blue ball. He lost it in the tackle.
Great communication. The 37-year-old recently retired international rugby player. 37-18.
Oh, they went forward in the tackle, scrummage down. Crouch and hold. Engage.
French defensive scrum. That's the 22-metre line. Alanadorki goes right-hand side looking for Elorga.
Feet! Stay up!
Now it goes back to the left foot of the fullback, Russo. That's not a good touch finder.
Now what the Fijians have to be thinking is play a little bit more direct and need to keep looking for a bonus point. To get within 7 points of the French side, they'll pick up a bonus point.
They need to do what Chris just spoke about a second ago. Throw it around, have a go. They've got nothing to lose now, and they might just find a couple of holes in this French defence.
Well, they've got something on if they can secure a good ball from this line-out, but they can't do that. This hooks back for Elorga with the right foot. Now Thal. Will he take them on?
Absolutely.
He's going to put it up and chase it. He tried to take the possession, but he's knocked it forward. Advantage being played to the French. Oh, Michalak is just monstered in midfield. Oh, there was perfectly legitimate tackles, and now it's broken out. Thau's come in. The touch judge would have seen that, Alan Lewis. It had nothing to do with Thau, the number 11. He could be in a bit of trouble. I think Alain Rowland has already singled him out, Chris.
Anyone that does something after the referee has blown his whistle is going to be in trouble, either on the field or after with the sighting commissioners. This is silly stuff. It could affect things. Nonetheless, there's injured players there as well.
Munya's in trouble there.
Yeah, now Thau came in. It had nothing to do with him. He threw a left-handed punch, and Alan Lewis, the touch judge, was right in front of him, and I think Alain Rowland has seen it himself. But let's listen. Well, number 11 White, you can hear the touch judges and referee talking about. Rapini Thau, I think, is in trouble here. Left of our screen where he comes in. There's nothing much in this. Thau comes in, the last man in. Here he comes. Yeah, sorry, I think he's got to go.
I'm not quite sure who he hit though. There he comes back in again, and it was an elbow. The fist missed and the elbow connected, and it was Mania that was the...
Oh, there's plenty going on here too. Now, it's just a tragedy. They played such attractive football, but their discipline over the years has left a lot to be desired.
Okay, what I have here
we go.
is I've got 7 blue coming in and white 11 coming in, both punching. Both are getting 10 minutes in the bin. We had a retaliation from white, first up by blue, a retaliation by white. Okay, the penalty was going to white for the first infringement. It's been reversed to go to blue for your retaliation, and the two boys are getting 10 minutes. So I'll have 7 blue and 11 white, please. Yeah.
Any foul there going for 10 minutes?
Yes, I will be there. 7.
I can tell you Thau is lucky he's only got 10.
11.
Well, Olivier Magna, the captain of France, and Rapini Thau are both in the bin for 10 minutes.
They're still doing work to Magna at the moment. He looks in a fair bit of distress here.
I think he's just trying to hide from the referee.
7. Set.
Betson's injured as well. Shaking the hands. Olivier Magna's a bit of a give-up, really, isn't it, Dad?
Both punching. You're both getting yellow cards.
He put his head in the wrong place. He's getting 10 minutes. But we might see the sighting commissioner. They're based out at Epping in Sydney. They'll be having a close look at that.
Thanks for giving him a bit of help, Dan. You would wanted that during your career as well.
So a flare up here, and Rapini Thau and Olivier Magna both off. They'll come back for probably the last 5 or 6 minutes of this match. Both sides down now as Serevi takes it forward. And a chance for the French to break out. Haradanoki up to the middle of the 10-metre line and drives it forward for the French. Galtier spots it. Trouble on the right. Betson. Beautiful skill to get Jorzian. Jorzian is terrific. Galtier. Oh, hang on.
Gee, he called that forward pass very early.
Oh, and I don't think it was a forward pass, Tim. It looked pretty good.
I think that was a square up because there was a forward pass about 4 or 5 plays before that.
At the start of it, when they kicked downfield, but they were gone all money, Fiji. Serevi's legs couldn't get him to the man in cover. It's a great breakout. You can see it shaping. Betson got the pass away tremendously. He's pulled this one up. Serevi is still groping. And I think his hands have gone backwards. Yes, the ball went forward, but that's not a forward pass.
Now Betson has knocked it back. Jorzian again. He's big and strong in midfield. 193 centimetres and just under 100 kilos. Great build for a centre 3/4.
The referee just called the maul. That's when the ball's held up off the ground.
Now a chance. Brusque, good hands to Galtier. Back inside beautifully. But finally Jimenez is rushed over the touchline by the Fijian defence.
This is the French skill we see.
There's Koya Mambole. Raluni's down injured, so Fiji playing without a halfback.
Scrum it down, blue ball.
I think Alain Roland has done a great job.
Okay. Number 3 white, please. Number 3 replacement.
He's been very positive. He got reports from the referee when the melee happened. He made a decision, and that was a good decision. He punished both sides, and leave it at that.
But what he also did was he explained it very well. He took his time, went through it step by step, so everybody knew exactly what was going on.
Another Seru. As Big Joe Maniaki goes off, Seru gets his 3rd international appearance. It's lucky that he wasn't out there when the melee started, because he's got a reputation of being quite volatile. Another Seru. So Raluni back to his feet, looking a little bit shaky. 37-18.
Also, as Bunny Bucker has come on the field for Fiji.
And Delisau comes off.
Time on, Donald. Hold. Engage.
Important time for the French here. Looking for a bonus point. They've already got 3 tries. They need a 4th try for a bonus point.
Galtier. Swoops again. Beautiful pass out wide. Brusque. Elorga. Runs into Bunenbarker. Not a pleasant sight. Stop in his tracks. They move it wide again. Good ball movement by the French. Here's Marsh. Bonus point for the French. Jalzian scores his 2nd try, running off the pass by Marsh in midfield. And that's capped off a pretty good day for the French as they celebrate to the day the formation of their Rugby Federation back in 1920.
Tony Marsh, a bit of brilliance. Timor, and can you believe that?
Lovely work there. Really came about. Tony Marsh going through the hole. Georgian running a lovely angle off his shoulder. But the try was created by the width and the attack off the first phase play by the French.
Too many numbers. Marsh there been having a whale of a game. Good skills. You could see he passed the ball from one side to the other, keeping it away from the defenders. As he fell, he passed it on. An easy try for France. That pushes them ahead.
44 points to 18. So the vital bonus point as Georgian celebrates his 2nd try here in this opening Pool B match at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Georgian, the man that really found the defence wanting against England. He was criticised a little bit for his attack today has been superb.
I think the combination between Tony Marsh and Georgian's been outstanding tonight as a centre pairing. They've done very well here at Suncorp Stadium tonight.
Timmy's a huge centre, isn't he? He stands at, 193, just a touch under 100 kilos.
Well, they're all getting bigger and bigger these days.
Now a chance. Elorga came forward, so too did Ariandorke. Now they move it across. Rabeni with defence in midfield. Now Greg Smith, dispossessed. So a knock forward. There was no advantage to the Fijians and that early knock on by France.
What's been really impressive on the French so far tonight is their backline play, and they're playing the forwards, passing the ball back and forward. Everything's been crisp. The ball's been perfectly timed. They seem to be like a good, well-oiled machine.
And their attacking alignment is just superb, and the breakout speed is quite incredible. And that, sort of says things for later in the tournament. They've got all the skills and the drills down, and their execution has been terrific. Just getting better and better, taking off any rusty bits from travel.
Kelly Liwari replaces Naivo, the try scorer. He crossed at the 17th minute of the first half and gave a real sniff to the Fijian side. Gee, that's good defence. That's Marsh coming across, ball and all tackle.
Stay on the feet. Run away.
Little. Oyambole.
Run away, 5.
He's dispossessed, knocked back by Michalak. Now Galtier scheming on this short side. Brusque. Oh, good defence again. Ball knocked forward.
Quite lost the forward in
So again, the advantage will go to France. It was an early knock on by the Fijians. So we're into the final 12 minutes of this match where the French are leading by 44-18. They led 24-8 at half-time in front of a terrific crowd. 46,795 for the opening match in Pool B of the Rugby World Cup 2003.
Well, it's only 50,000 capacity, so that's a great result. First up, not a local team playing. That's the appetite that Brisbaneites and Australians have for their rugby.
And this time next week, this ground will play host to Australia's second match in the Rugby World Cup when they play Romania.
Number 4, Cap de Bleu, Cap de Bleu.
The French there running into their own player in front, so the turnover, scrum to Fiji. But at this stage, just under 11 minutes to go, the French have got to work. Gardier will be saying to his players, we've got to be hard on ourselves. We've got to make sure we're clinical about what we do to look forward to these other games in this.
Rouse has come on for Toulouse, and that'll be great for Bernard Laporte. Have a look at Rouse in the final 10 minutes. He's been struggling with an injury in the lead-up. He was left out of this starting line-up. He will play such an important part for the French in their march to the quarterfinals.
He played against them in 99 at Bordeaux. And here he is in Brisbane 4 years later. 3 World Cups.
Former shot put champion of his country as well. So a great sportsman, 3 World Cups as Chris mentioned. The Mexican wave has gone up at Suncorp Stadium.
Please, listen.
44-18, the French lead into the final 10 minutes. Greg Smith in the centre of that Fijian scrum. On his left is Nyholt, who plays here locally with Queensland University.
And the crowd's going berserk, just listen to them.
The players have got too much on their mind listening to the referee at the moment.
He's tight on him.
He's too quick for the Cameron.
So both players, Bao and Manya, have a couple of minutes left before they come back. Galtier chips over the top for Alorga. They recover at the French. Arian Nadoki gets there as well. Ball has come out. Alorga, now Ibanez, Georgian, Betson, back for Mars, quick hands, Dominici. Oh, great backing up, and the first hat-trick of the Rugby World Cup for the French goes to Georgian. He's had an outstanding match and a great result for him. 49 points to 18, and the conversion from nearly in front will see France post the 50 points here at Suncorp Stadium.
The French, they made it look easy. It was simple hands, just keep playing ball in hand, man on man. Dominici, seeing the gap inside, goes for it, and the ever-present Georgian goes over untouched.
Lovely ball. Once again, the French side stretching the Fijian defence. A lovely ball by Ibanez to Betson. Ball in 2 hands. That's the way to run with the rugby ball. And Dominici off his left foot back inside, drawing the last man in defence with a hat-trick for Georgian tonight.
And the conversion by Michalak sees the French post the 50 points. They lead by 51 points to 18. Promised so much has now become a lopsided affair. The Fijians struck back terrifically early in the second half. The game came alive with just a brilliant try from Rupeni Thao after an earlier penalty goal by Nicky Little. But the professionalism of this French outfit and the skill and poise of their midfield combination of Marsh and Georgian have just created enormous headaches for the Fijian defence in the second half. A defence that tired as this game went on. That's a terrific break by by the big centre, Tuilevu. Knocked forward. French possession, short side. Woodemaka affects the tackle to the far side.
Well, it's been a wonderful game to be part of, and you wouldn't have thought at any stage in the game the margin was going to be this much. But the French have really stayed at it. They've impressed me. They just haven't tried to go crazy from the start and worked away and worked away. Difficult opponent, Fiji. They can break out at any time. It's been a very tradesman-like affair. They've got the benefit of a very powerful try line and a great opening to their campaign.
So coming on to number 19 from Toulouse, 32-year-old Christian Labi. Made his debut against Scotland back in 1999. An injury problem once again to the Fijians. Tragedy, Dan, that the game was marred by that unsightly incident late in the second half. But we've seen some terrific skill on show from both sides here today.
I think that Fiji have played manfully, considering they're completely outgunned, especially in the forward pack. But the French, haven't they showed that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with during this tournament? Across the park, they've showed that they're willing to throw the ball around against a team who are noted to be able to exploit it if you drop it.
Well, this year they've played 11 test matches and won just the 5, but they seem to time themselves beautifully in their preparation every 4 years for the World Cup. They've had a terrific record, the best performed nation in the southern and the northern hemisphere overall at Rugby World Cups from 1987 onwards.
We saw a picture of Levitt there on there before. Chris, did you used to have the tent in through the flowing locks?
Get him on, get him on.
Oh, absolutely. Like Nonu just have those little foils done before every game.
You are sorted out on the sideline.
He's a player, Christian Levy, that I'm looking forward to watching. Played very well for Toulouse in the Heineken Cup in the Northern Hemisphere.
Ball through the hands of Nicky Little. Sarevi got the pass. Claimed at the tackle. David Verada arrives. Benny. Now Raluni. Little. Koimambole. They've turned over possession again, and unfortunately that ball just slipped out of the hands of Georgian.
From a down blue ball.
Because the advantage was going to the French, and they get the put into the scrum. As time starts to count down in this opening match of Pool B at the Rugby World Cup in Brisbane. Just under 50,000 people witnessed a hat-trick by Jauzian, one of the highlights of this match. And of course, that wonderful try, the solo try by Rupeni Thautau. Now Marsh with the kick ahead. Here's Sarevi. Throws the dummy. The kick, not a good one. Not by his standards. And a chance for the French now to counter-attack. Dominici away from Michalak. Good skills by the prop forward. Now Labi for Elorga. And he's lost it forward. Thautau with the ball in hand. Taken forward by Rawonga. Suffered a prolapse disc and made an amazing recovery to come back in a matter of 2 weeks to play in this Rugby World Cup opener for the Fijians. Now a chance for the Fijians to break out again. They'll express themselves here by going wide. Michalak turned it back in field. Haradadorki up to the 22. Labi couldn't pick it up. The Fijians now with a chance.
Great advantage refereeing by Alan Laurent.
He's had a terrific game, the referee from Ireland. Now Woodemaka away for Thautau. And that's really good defence from Elorga. Now a chance. Dominici. Ball in the touch.
Oh, he was held back. There's a little bit of jersey in it.
Held back. The touch judge has got it.
You'd do well to hold on to those jerseys, wouldn't you? They're tight-fitting jerseys. and that's the reason why they wear them.
Where's the mark here? 5. Yeah. Where's the mark here?
Penalty. So Galtier was held back.
What do we have?
And they're going to go for the line out. They want to drive the nail into the coffin.
Big number 8 for France, Harry Nadorki. He's been having quite a good game. You wouldn't say that he's been absolutely standout, but he's been doing a very good number 8's job. The size of him, the way he runs and the way he conducts himself, he looks very much like Brad Thorne of New Zealand.
I think it's the handling within the forwards, which has been the key tonight for the French pack.
Damien Treyer coming on, and also Gerald Merceron as Michelak goes off.
Caps, please. Caps, out.
And also a 3-try hero, Georgian. Here they go, the French. This for the icing on the cake. Try for France. And even as the former captain comes up with the try for the tricolores, 56 points to 18.
Okay, let's get him go.
And
you get number 9
they
there?
are firming as one of the real threats at this early stage of the Rugby World Cup.
Well, I wonder if a successful fishing exhibition into the lakes of Scotland with Tim Horan would bring as big a smile to the face as Rafael Ibanez as this try does. They worked it a treat. It was quick, it was good, and it was purposeful.
Absolutely loves his fishing, Buttery. We went up to the north of Scotland. He had all the gear with him on a rugby tour, all the flies. He knew all about it.
So Gerard Merceron has only been on the field for a moment, and he can't convert the try by Ibanez. So it's been a very impressive second half performance. Ibanez drives to the line. The 6th try. They've already got the bonus point, and 3 of those tries were scored by the big number 12, Georgian. Restart by Nicky Little. French regain it. Drive it to halfway. Back inside for Lapie. Now it goes for Messeron. Out for Marsh. Straightens it. Back infield. Brusque. Picked up by Galtier. Oh, good skills. Taken forward by Thion. Now Marsh again, getting really involved in the second half. Turnover though. Fiji on the halfway line. I think the crowd would love to see the score again before this match is over.
Okay, not away, stay on your feet. Please stay up. Make no effort to stay on your feet, 19. Flopping straight over. Come on.
So the penalty going against Maimuri. Messeron will look for touch on this commentary side of Suncorp Stadium. A stadium that had a few question marks about its playing surface. It's been a revamped stadium here in Queensland, but I can tell you there wouldn't be too many better arenas for world-class rugby than the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane.
Yeah, that's their mark though. I'm in the middle.
Whatever they spend on this surface to get it right is well worth the money, because it has been perfect. Looking at places where scrums have been packed, not a movement.
Thank you. That's okay. I'm happy.
So even as the try scorer goes to the back of the line out, knocked back by the French.
Yeah, I'm going to play. Leave it.
Rambaka away for Little. Now they go towards Rapini Thaldau. Comes to Alorga. That's taken in the tackle though.
Feet. Thank you. Stay.
Rambaka. Sarevi. Kick and chase. Oh, beautifully picked up by Galtier. And a chance for the French again. And away it goes to Labiat. And Dominici goes to the corner. And the referee is going to go upstairs to the match official as he's consulting with Alan Lewis. He will go up for the first time. I think it's a fair try.
Donald, can you hear me?
I don't have much
I'm quite happy
doubt
grounding
about
the ball. But can you check that he have a foot in touch
Double for Dominici.
before the grounding, please?
And well deserved for Dominici tonight. He hasn't put a foot wrong. Unless he's actually out here now, of course.
Yeah,
And he has.
Just give yourself a saver. I think he got it down quite easily.
Yeah, not a problem with me.
He's in, but a well-deserved try. He's been very industrious on the wing. Every time he's had the ball, he's been smart in his play.
Have you tried, Donald? Can I confirm?
Look back inside.
Okay, thank you.
Referee Alain Roland signals the try to the French. They've hit the 60, 61 to 18. And Dominici has already equalled the performance he put up in 99 in the Rugby World Cup, where he scored 2 tries. He scored 2 tonight, and again a turnover ball by the Fijians. It wasn't a good kick, and then they just punished them.
I think Serevi thought that it was like sevens, but there just happens to be 8 more people on the field. Twice he's gone over the top, and twice it's just turned to stone.
But what we normally see the Fijians doing in that counter-attack, the French have put it back on them and they've put them to the sword.
They're on Merceron. 25 metres out, less than a metre in from touch, and he's hooked and left. So here in Pool B, it's been a great second half performance by the French. They have beaten Fiji by 61 points to 18.